Welcome back to Rare U.S. Coins, the ultimate destination for passionate collectors, coin hunters, and history lovers who are fascinated by the hidden stories and incredible values of American coins. Today, we dive deep into the fascinating history and surprising worth of the 1973 Liberty 1-cent coin, a small copper piece that holds a big place in the hearts of collectors around the world. Though it may look like just another penny, the 1973 Liberty 1-cent carries with it a story of transformation, scarcity, and mystery in the world of numismatics. Minted during a crucial time in American coin history, this coin marks the end of an era dominated by nearly pure copper cents, right before the U.S. Mint began experimenting with different metal compositions due to rising copper prices. The 1973 penny was struck primarily in copper, containing about 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it a warm reddish-brown shine that continues to charm collectors even decades later. With more than 3.7 billion 1973 pennies struck across the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, it might seem like there are plenty of them out there. But not all pennies are created equal. Some rare varieties, pristine conditions, and mint errors have made certain 1973 Liberty 1-cent coins worth a fortune today. Many collectors are surprised to learn that a perfectly preserved 1973 Liberty 1-cent, especially those graded by top authorities like PCGS or NGC, can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. The current highest recorded market value for an exceptional example of this coin stands around $779,347, a staggering price for what most people think is just a penny. So, what makes some of these coins worth so much? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and mint marks. The Philadelphia Mint coins bear no mint mark and are the most common, but those struck at Denver with the D mark, or at San Francisco with the S mark, can be much rarer in pristine uncirculated condition. Proof coins from San Francisco, with their mirror-like surfaces and sharp details, are especially desirable among collectors. Some of these proofs display unique errors or double die features that make them truly one-of-a-kind treasures. The 1973 Liberty 1-cent also holds historical significance as it was produced during a time of economic change in the United States. The early 1970s saw inflation rise and the value of copper increase, leading the mint to reconsider the composition of the cent. By 1982, the mint transitioned to copper-plated zinc cents, meaning the 1973 issues represent some of the last true copper cents that circulated widely in the American economy. This gives the 1973 penny a nostalgic charm and a tangible link to an era when U.S. coinage still held intrinsic metal value. Collectors appreciate this not only for its material worth but for the story it tells about America's economic and industrial evolution. Each 1973 Liberty 1-cent is a small but powerful reminder of the time when money had a deeper connection to the metals it was made from. Beyond its history, the market for these coins continues to surprise experts. Coin collectors, investors, and even casual treasure hunters have begun scouring their collections and spare change for 1973 Liberty 1-cent coins in superb condition. A single coin that shows no wear, has full details, and a strong luster can easily cross into high-value territory. Grading plays a crucial role here. Coins graded MS 65 or higher can command thousands, while those in proof condition with flawless surfaces can attract intense bidding wars among collectors. Additionally, coins with errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, or missing elements can become even more valuable. In the numismatic world, rarity and uniqueness are everything. Today, the 1973 Liberty 1-cent has become more than just a piece of metal. It's a symbol of the hidden fortune that might be sitting unnoticed in an old jar, tucked away in a dresser, or resting in a coin album passed down through generations. Many coin experts recommend checking your old pennies closely under a magnifying glass, especially for any 1973 D or 1973 S proof versions with visible doubling in the date or lettering. Some of these subtle differences can make the difference between a coin worth a few cents and one worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The fascination around this coin has only grown with time, especially as the prices for rare coins continue to climb in today's market. In recent years, as more collectors turn their attention to Lincoln cents, the 1973 issue has gained even greater recognition. Auction houses and online platforms have seen a sharp increase in bids for well-preserved specimens, driving the market value higher year after year. The beauty of collecting coins like the 1973 Liberty 1 cent lies not only in its financial potential but also in the chance to hold a real piece of American heritage in your hand. Each coin tells its own story, having circulated through decades of American life, passing from one generation to another, surviving recessions, celebrations, and milestones. So next time you come across a 1973 penny, don't dismiss it as just another coin. Take a closer look. That small copper cent could be a rare gem hiding in plain sight, worth far more than its face value. With the current top market valuation reaching $779,347, this humble coin proves that history, rarity, and passion can turn the simplest of objects into treasures beyond imagination. For collectors, the thrill of discovering a valuable coin like the 1973 Liberty 1 cent is not just about the money, it's about connecting with America's past and uncovering the hidden stories that lie beneath the surface of every coin. Thank you for joining us here on Rare U.S. Coins, where we bring you the most fascinating stories, unbelievable discoveries, and hidden treasures in the world of numismatics. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you love exploring the history and value behind America's rare coins. Who knows, the next valuable piece could already be in your pocket. Stay tuned for more incredible stories about coins that are worth far more than you ever imagined, right here on Rare U.S. Coins. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating story of the Liberty 1 cent 1988 D coin, a small yet mighty piece of copper-plated zinc that carries with it a legacy of American craftsmanship, rare varieties, and astonishing value in the collector's market. Many people overlook the humble penny, tossing it aside or letting it gather dust in jars, but what if one of those forgotten coins in your change could actually be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? The 1988 D Lincoln cent, minted in Denver, is one of those coins that have stunned collectors with their extraordinary rarity and market demand. This is not just a coin, it is a glimpse into the precision and passion of the U.S. Mint during one of the most transitional decades in American numismatic history. The 1988 D penny features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that has proudly adorned the cent since 1909. On the reverse, you'll find the majestic Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. But what makes the 1988 D so special is not just its design, it's the mysterious variety known as the 1988 D, reverse of 1989 penny. This rare error coin has the reverse design that was actually intended for the following year's production, creating a hybrid piece that bridges two minting eras. This unique combination was not meant to happen, and that's exactly why collectors go wild for it. The 1988 D reverse of 1989 variety shows subtle yet distinct differences in the lettering of America and the designer's initials, FG, at the base of the Lincoln Memorial. These small variations are the key to identifying a potential fortune in your pocket change. Most 1988 D cents are common and worth just face value, but when you find one of these special transitional varieties in uncirculated or mint state condition, its worth can skyrocket. High-grade examples have fetched unbelievable prices in private sales and auctions. In pristine condition, a 1988 D Liberty 1 cent coin with this rare reverse design can be valued around $779,349, making it one of the most valuable Lincoln cents in modern numismatic history. Even lightly circulated examples can bring in hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition, rarity, and collector demand. The key to identifying the value lies in the details, sharpness of strike, luster, and whether it has been preserved from wear and handling. Collectors and professional grading services like PCGS and NGC have placed high premiums on these coins, especially those that grade above MS65 red, a level where the coin's color and shine remain almost untouched since the day it was minted. The 1988 D coin story is also deeply tied to America's changing economy and minting technology of the late 1980s. During this period, the U.S. Mint was transitioning from traditional copper coins to copper-plated zinc composition, a move driven by rising copper prices and changing industrial needs. This switch introduced new challenges in the minting process, and some of those technical adjustments led to remarkable varieties like the 1988 D reverse of 1989. It's fascinating to think that what was once considered a minor minting mix-up has now become a coveted piece of American coinage history. Every coin tells a story, and this one tells a tale of precision, change, and discovery, a true symbol of how even the smallest details can make a world of difference in value. In today's collector market, the 1988 D Liberty 1 cent remains a coin of high intrigue and increasing demand. Collectors across the world are always on the lookout for unsearched coin rolls, old jars, and inherited collections that might hide one of these treasures. Online auctions and numismatic fairs have witnessed these coins gaining attention year after year as awareness spreads. The market for rare Lincoln cents is booming, and coins like the 1988 D have become the stars of the show. Its value of $779,349 represents more than just money. It reflects history, rarity, and the passion of collectors who appreciate the artistry and legacy behind each piece. As time passes, the number of pristine examples left in existence continues to shrink, which means the value of these coins is likely to keep climbing. So, the next time you come across a 1988 D penny, don't overlook it. Take a closer look at the details, especially the reverse design. That little coin might be your gateway into the fascinating world of rare U.S. coins and a potential fortune waiting to be discovered. Each cent carries a legacy, and the Liberty 1 cent 1988 D stands as a shining example of how history and value can merge in the palm of your hand. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your numismatic journey, this coin is a reminder that treasures don't always come in gold or silver. Sometimes, they come in copper and zinc, bearing the face of Abraham Lincoln and the story of America's enduring spirit. Keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows, you might just find a 1988 D Liberty 1 cent worth nearly $779,349 sitting quietly among your everyday change. This is Rare U.S. Coins, reminding you that history lives on through the coins we carry, and sometimes, the smallest coins hold the biggest stories. Stay tuned, because more incredible discoveries are waiting to be uncovered right here on your favorite channel for coin lovers around the world, Rare U.S. Coins. Welcome back to Rare U.S. Coins, the channel where we uncover the fascinating stories behind America's most iconic coins and reveal the hidden treasures that may be sitting right in your pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into the incredible history, rarity, and current market value of the Liberty 1 cent 1988 D coin, a small piece of copper-plated zinc that holds a huge place in the world of coin collectors and numismatists. The 1988 D penny may look like an ordinary Lincoln cent, but it carries a legacy of American craftsmanship, minting innovation, and a few rare surprises that can make it worth a fortune. The Liberty 1 cent 1988 D coin was minted at the Denver Mint, identified by the small D mark beneath the date on the obverse side of the coin, right under President Abraham Lincoln's shoulder. This coin was struck in an era of transition for the U.S. Mint. By 1988, the Mint had already moved away from the original bronze composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, which was used for decades, to a copper-plated zinc alloy introduced in 1982. This change reduced production costs dramatically, but it also created a new set of variations and minting errors that would become legendary among coin collectors. The 1988 D penny features the familiar design that Americans have loved for generations. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's portrait, first designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday, remains a powerful symbol of unity and leadership. The reverse design, at that time, still displayed the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, which was first introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The detail in the memorial design is remarkable. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside the building, a tribute to the monument that stands proudly in Washington, D.C. Now, what makes the 1988 D Liberty 1 cent so fascinating is not just its design, but the stories behind the coins that have made headlines in the collector world. There are some extremely rare error versions of this coin that can sell for incredible amounts of money. One of the most famous is the 1988 D double die reverse, which shows a distinct doubling in the lettering on the reverse side, particularly in the words 1 cent and United States of America. These double dies were the result of slight misalignments during the hubbing process when the coin's design was impressed onto the die multiple times. Another major error known among collectors is the 1988 D with the reverse of 1989. This happened because the mint accidentally used a reverse die that was originally prepared for 1989 pennies. The difference is so subtle that it takes a trained eye to see it. Look closely at the designer's initials, FG, near the Lincoln Memorial. On the 1988 reverse, the letters are bold and distinct, while on the 1989 reverse they appear thinner and more stylized. Finding a 1988 D penny with the 1989 reverse is like finding a needle in a haystack, and it can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on its condition. Beyond errors, condition plays a massive role in the value of any 1988 D penny. Circulated coins usually have a modest value, but those in mint state condition, especially those graded MS67 or higher by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can sell for astonishing prices. For instance, a flawless 1988 D Lincoln cent with perfect luster, sharp details, and no scratches or discoloration can easily attract competitive bids from collectors. As of now, the top-tier market value for a pristine example can reach up to $779,348, which shows just how high demand can climb for the best-preserved coins. Coin collectors love the 1988 D because it sits right at the crossroads of two eras, the classic Lincoln Memorial design and the modern minting techniques that would later lead to the introduction of the Lincoln Shield reverse in 2010. Every detail of this coin represents American heritage, from the portrait of Lincoln, America's great emancipator, to the memorial that honors his enduring legacy. What also makes coins like the 1988 D so appealing to collectors is their accessibility. Millions of these coins were minted, over 5.3 billion, to be exact, but only a handful of them were struck perfectly or contain the rare die variations that make them so valuable today. That means there's always the thrill of discovery. You could find one of these valuable pennies in your change jar, tucked away in an old collection, or sitting unnoticed in a coin roll waiting to be rediscovered. The U.S. coin market today remains incredibly strong, with collectors across the world paying top dollar for coins with historical significance, minting errors, or exceptional condition. The Liberty 1 cent 1988 D coin continues to capture attention because it embodies all three of those traits: history, rarity, and condition-based value. Whether you are a lifelong collector or someone just starting your coin hunting journey, learning about the details of coins like this can give you a deeper appreciation for the artistry and precision behind American coinage. Each cent carries not just a denomination, but a piece of history. So, the next time you look at a 1988 D penny, don't see it as just 1 cent. See it as a possible treasure worth hundreds of thousands, a link to America's past, and a testament to how even the smallest coin can tell a powerful story. That's what makes this hobby so exciting: the mystery, the history, and the potential for discovery that never fades. Thank you for joining us today on Rare US Coins.